And now let's talk about intrinsic reinforcement. Intrinsic reinforcement is a form of internal reward such as pride, satisfaction, and a sense of accomplishment. This emphasis on internal thoughts and cognitions helps connect learning theories to cognitive developmental theories. While many textbooks place social learning theory with behavioral theories. Example, you participate in a volleyball game because you enjoy it rather than winning the game. You're responding to intrinsic motivation. So, basically, intrinsic reinforcement comes within ourselves. It is a form of internal rewards, positive feelings, and personal satisfaction that comes from engaging in a behavior rather than on external factors or rewards. Unsa din ning mga external rewards, mao ni ang kwarta, fame, praise, ug uban pa. The example above mao tong you participate in a volleyball game because you genuinely enjoy the sport. Your motivation to play the game is not solely driven by the desire to win or external rewards, but rather by the intrinsic satisfaction and enjoyment you derive from playing volleyball. The sense of accomplishment you feel when you are playing and the experience serve as an intrinsic reinforcement. Intrinsic reinforcement connects learning theories to cognitive developmental theories by recognizing the importance of internal thoughts, cognitions, and motivations in the learning process. It highlights that our cognitive processes, beliefs, and emotions play a significant role in shaping our behavior and motivation. Okay, now let's proceed to the modeling process. It is important to note that not all observed behaviors are effectively learned because factors involving both the model and the learner can play a role in whether social learning is successful. The following steps are involved in the observational learning and modeling process. First is attention. In order to learn, the person must be paying attention to the model. The more attractive or interesting the model, the more it will gain our full attention. Anything that distracts your attention is going to have a negative effect on observational learning. So, attention is important because this is the first step of the modeling process. Our attention is needed kay if dili ta maminaw or why full attention, we cannot learn something o giunsa ang gi-model. And if interested ta sa usa ka model, the more na we give our full attention. So anything na makadistract sa imong attention is na ay negative effects. For example, I joined a workshop class. Then the choreographer is teaching some steps and somehow I am distracted by my teammates. So, in this part, na ako'y ma-miss na steps and this can affect my observational learning. The next one is retention. The ability to store information is also an important part of the learning process. Retention can be affected by a number of factors, but the ability to pull up information later and act on it is vital to observational learning. One way of increasing this is using the technique of rehearsal. After we give our full attention, it is the time when we stored or retain the information being observed. One way of increasing this is through practice. So next is the reproduction. It is the ability to replicate the behavior of the model that has been demonstrated. Once we have paid attention to the model and retained the information, it is time to actually perform the behavior we observe. Further practice of the learned behavior leads to improvement and skill advancement. Once we have attention, then naka-retain na ta sa information, this is when we copy or reproduce the behavior of the model that has been being observed. This is the time to actually perform the behavior. Og sa sayo pa, anhin na part na i-perform ang maong na-observe or na-learn na behavior. And the last is motivation. The final necessary ingredients for modeling to occur is the motivation. In order for observational learning to be successful, you have to be motivated to imitate the behavior that has been modeled. Reinforcement and punishment play an important role in motivation. While experiencing these motivators can be highly effective, so can observing others experiencing some type of reinforcement or punishment. For example, if you see another student rewarded with extra credit for being to class on time, you might start to show up a few minutes early each day. So, the reinforcement na na-receive sa student katong gi-rewardan si Jawed an extra credit, this will motivate other student to do the same and imitate his behavior. Tungod ani, mamotivate ang usa ka person to show up on class few minutes early each day. Another example is, let's say I have a friend who always rewarded for being a good dancer and he win multiple times in different contests. This will motivate me to imitate his behavior o giunsa ni siya para makadaog si siya sa mga contest, no? And this will also help me to do unsaon pagdaog if ever mapil ko sa mga contest. So, the modeling process has 4 steps: the attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. So, I hope you have learned something. Thank you.